Triple City, triple Spurs. This is a Game Week 8 wildcard team that I've got a lot of love for. Welcome to the Gianni YouTube show. Hope you guys are well and you're enjoying the international break. In today's show, we're going to look at my current team and then we're going to look at my team with a wildcard and see how many changes I would actually make. This will be helpful for not only those on wildcard in Game Week 8, but hopefully many of us that are looking forward with our transfers as well. Before we start, guys, if you want to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, that would be amazing. I'm here on holiday in Menorca, but still producing content for you guys, so hopefully you're enjoying the idea of that and hitting those buttons. So without further ado, let's crack on, shall we, and have a quick look at the fixture ticker from Game Week 8. This is on Fantasy Football Scout. I've filtered it just by difficulty for attack, so we can see the teams with the best attacking fixtures. That's always our currency in FPL, goals and assists, so why not filter by attack? And it's Everton, but more importantly Man City right at the top of their ticker. Now the big question for me is Haaland enough? Absolutely not when we look at Man City's fixtures. We need more, which is why this draft has triple City. So let's show my current team. This is my 15-man bus team going into Game Week 8. Now, 6 of these guys, they're going to go. They're going to go. So let's now get rid of, we'll put a question mark over Trent. So Trent's gone. Gabriel gone. Saka gone. Luis Diaz, Semenyo, and Calvert-Lewin. I'm okay selling all of these on wildcard. Now, do I want to sell them in my actual team? Not all of them. Like some of them, like Gabriel, maybe Trent, possibly long-term holds. But on wildcard, when we've got completely unlimited transfers, we can buy some of these players back. But for now, the likes of Saka and Trent, yeah, maybe I'll buy them back. But they can go. So see you later. So who are we left with? Well, let's have a look at some of the players we like and then bring in 6 sexy picks on wildcard. So in goal, Sales and Fabianski, I'm fairly comfortable with that. Like I look at Sales, I look at Forest, are one of the best defences I think in the league in terms of the underlying data. If Sales is fit and he did have a precautionary substitution for Belgium or pulled out of the Belgium squad, I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine. It is Belgium, isn't it? Have I got that mixed up? Can't remember. International break rain. So Sales is hopefully fine. There is an option at 4.4, and that is Kelleher of Liverpool, by the way. Alisson is out for 4 to 6 weeks, so you could get 4 or 5 fixtures of Kelleher if you fancy that. Definitely an option on wildcard, and Fabianski alongside him. Rico Lewis stays. I still think Lewis is key to the Man City system in midfield. We're going to get attacking returns. We're getting closer and closer. We did get an assist, though, in Game Week 7. Mikalenko for Everton's fixtures and his price point. And Greaves, I think, is still the best 4.0 defender. Maybe Vandenberg of Brentford, definitely worth consideration in that 4 million bracket. Wout Faes of Leicester has gone up to 4.2, by the way. So that's where we are with defenders. Midfielders, well, look, I mean, Mbeumo is just a must-have. We don't need to talk about him. Get him in your team if you don't own him. And I think Rodgers is the best budget mid in the game. So those two stay. Haaland, we don't need to discuss him. But Kai Havertz, Arsenal have a tough run. A really tough run. There's something telling me Kai Havertz is going to be fixture-proof. His goal-scoring record is insane so far this season, in terms of home fixtures at least. I think Havertz, at his price point, is just a long-term hold that I would happily back. We did get rid of Dominic Calvert-Lewin, which is where the question mark is up front. We saw Everton's fixtures are so good. I just wonder if there's a slightly higher ceiling pick in that slot, and we're going to get to him in just a second. So guys, before we see the 6 players coming into this team, let's just give a shout out to OneFootball who sponsor this show. So OneFootball is an app I've got on my phone and I use it day in, day out. But it's brilliant for football news, yes, but it's also now really good for streaming live games. Yes, that's right. If you're into Serie A, like me, and you want to watch some Serie A TV on your phone, on your app, you can now absolutely do that on the OneFootball apps. You can buy one-off games, you can buy season-long passes. It's a really good opportunity to jump on, especially for those in the UK, to watch OneFootball with Serie A live on your phone. Those Sunday afternoons just hit different for me with Serie A. So even more reason, I think, to give it a go and download the free app today. Guys, thank you for that. So look, let's move on and talk about some of the players coming into my team. If I was on wildcard, I think I'd go for a Spurs defender. I know what you're thinking. Spursy. Spurs are Spursy. They'll concede goals. Maybe they will. But Van de Ven's cheap. Van de Ven offers a bit of goal threat. And the Spurs fixtures are really good. Look at Spurs fixtures coming up here. Some good, loads of green fixtures. We can see clean sheets in some of these games. I think I can. So look, Van de Ven, yeah, he's no Pedro Porro for attacking returns, but I don't know if I'm comfortable spending 5.6 on a Pedro Porro when knowing Spurs won't keep many clean sheets. But Van de Ven offers a little bit of upside, some clean sheet threat, but most importantly, he doesn't have to start every game at this price point. He can rotate really well. And actually, another rotator alongside him at a similar price point is Aït-Nouri of Wolves. And when we look at Aït-Nouri's graphic, and we can see, yeah, brilliant. Look at these fixtures. Look at some of these home games. We're going to get upside. And look, you can see the last couple of weeks, big points for Aït-Nouri. We've seen goals, we've seen assists, and that's without the clean sheets. When the clean sheets come, he's one of the best budget picks, I think, in the game. I had him at the end of last season. He always offers upside. Gary O'Neill has played him at left back, at left wing back. He's even played him on the left wing in a front three. I think we'll see him mostly as a wing back this season. But Aït-Nouri is definitely one to monitor. And Wolves have had the toughest start to the Premier League season. The fixtures are about to turn in a couple of weeks for them. And when they do, I think we'll all be going towards Aït-Nouri. So he's in alongside Van de Ven. It means it's a really budget back line. When we look at structure, there's no Trent or Gabriel in there. So it's Van de Ven and Aït-Nouri. All these guys are way under 5 million. But that does mean I can get an extra premium in attack, which I think is really important. So, whilst we all have Haaland and one premium midfielder, this is a way of getting Haaland and 2 premium midfielders. Yeah, I'm pretty up for that. So guys, do hit that like button, and please, if you're new around here, consider hitting that subscribe button as well. So, how do I get that extra premium in, and who is it? Well, Cole Palmer, ladies and gents. Ridiculous. We just have to have Cole Palmer in. Look at how Cole Palmer started last season compared to how Cole Palmer is performing this season early on. Now, we know last season he went to get on and do just complete madness. We can see here with official FPL's tweet. With the start he's had, he could go and smash that. I think he probably will. I think he's inevitable. I think he's the best player in the Premier League at the moment. I think he's the best number 10 in world football at the moment. He is someone we just have to jump on. And when we look at the fixtures, yeah, Liverpool is tough entry point, Liverpool away. Don't think it matters for Cole Palmer, the fixtures. I think he's that good. Remember, he comes with all sorts of extra points like penalties, a free kick, some of the set pieces too. So Cole Palmer would be my preferred premium midfield pick over Saka, especially for the next few fixtures. Foden also comes into this team though. Now, Foden hasn't been on it. When we look back, like, yeah, this season he's clearly not been great. But when we look back to the summer, in the Euros, I think he started every game for England. No attacking involvement. He was poor for Southgate. He had a poor Euros, and he's had a poor start to the season. This is really a wild card shot. This is a punt. This is, can I get on Foden before everyone else? Because if he starts performing, then he's got Southampton at home in game week 9. And if he scores in game week 8, everyone's going to own him game week 9. Now, we did see a bit of form from Foden a couple of weeks ago against Slavia Bratislava in the Champions League. He played number 10, he got a goal and assist. De Bruyne is still out injured, we think. Foden should be playing number 10. If Foden gets 75 minutes in the number 10 role, Man City, versus teams like Southampton at home, whether he's on form or not, you're going to get FPL points. So I'm happy to chance Phil Foden early on in this team. Does he make it in my actual team? I'm not sure he will. Does he get in my wildcard draft? I'd be willing to take that punt. And then I'd also be bringing in a player that's red hot now in form. I think he scored in the last 5 games for Spurs across all competitions. He's so cheap. Like, I like that Spurs attack very, very much for the fixtures they've got. We saw with Van de Ven, great fixtures. And I like Heung-min Son, I like Maddison, I like Kulusevski. But in terms of pure value, Brennan Johnson, under 7 million, 6.6 I think he is. Goals forecast, he's shooting on sight. There's upside fixtures there. He's now a regular, like he's starting every game. Yeah, you might see some early subs, but actually I think he played 90 in game week 7, but you will get some early subs, but that's fine at this price point. Brennan Johnson is a risk worth taking. I don't even know if it's a risk, to be quite honest. With the fixture Spurs have got, with the fact he's starting, Brennan Johnson might just be an obvious pick. So he makes it into my team. And there'll be many selling Luis Diaz, by the way, that go to a Brennan Johnson. That might even be me. I think I rank him slightly higher than Maddison and Kulusevski, purely on price point and goal threat. And then, of course, if you want to really back that Spurs attack, look no further than the number 9, right? If we're not sure what midfielder to pick, we're definitely sure what forward to pick. Dom Solanke is so obvious. He's cheap. He's playing number 9 for a team that creates a ton of chances, and we've said since day one, Ange Postecoglou teams create a lot of chances for their number 9, to the point where a couple of game weeks ago when I was looking at the data, Spurs had created more big chances than any other team in the Premier League. That was only 2 weeks ago. So there'll still be 1 or 2 in that chart. Dom Solanke's going to get chances galore. We know from Bournemouth he had good efficiency. Well, he's going to keep that efficiency up at Spurs, and you're going to get even more goals than what you got at Bournemouth. So I like him as an option very, very much. So what does this team miss, right? We've taken out Liverpool, we've taken out Trent, we've taken out Diaz. So there's no Liverpool. Fixtures aren't great. Could have Kelleher in goal. I think we moved to Liverpool, and with the double premium midfielder role, you could definitely find a bit of money to go Mo Salah in for Cole Palmer or Foden if you needed to, or you go to a Diaz or a Jota if you need to, right? You go down. So there's definitely an out with Liverpool, and if you go down to a Diaz or Jota, you can then go up to a Trent. So structure is fine to accommodate Liverpool when the fixtures improve. Arsenal, we've taken out Saka and Gabriel. That's fine because they're going on a really tough 4-game run. Bournemouth away is fine, but then it's 3 really tough games. I'm happy just having Havertz, and then you definitely move to an Arsenal asset. I think I'd move to Raya instead of Sales in a month or so with this team. So they're the big misses, but the big wins are we have triple City, double City attack, no one has that. We have triple Spurs, very few have that. We've got some exciting picks in there. I like this team very much. If you're on a Game Week 8 wildcard, I think you can move towards it. Now with my actual team, this would require 6 transfers. I think I can get fairly close to this. I've got 3 free transfers. This might be a direction I head towards, certainly for Game Week 9. Guys, if you've enjoyed the show, do show your appreciation on your way out by hitting that like button, by subscribing, and also do click that link in the description for One Football and Fantasy Football Scout. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.